WebSportsRadio.com, in association with KBFL, proudly presents Missouri State University Ice Hockey. With the call, here's Steve Casson.
And live from the Stan Melton Ice Arena, Jordan Valley Ice Park, the season series at home between Missouri State and the University of Arkansas this weekend. Hello everybody, Steve Casson along with my cameraman Gage Gronberg doing work for us tonight as Missouri State comes in 12-7-1 on the season. Arkansas 26-3. Missouri State is coming off a sweep of Mizzou. A.J. Daniger got his first goal of the season. Mitchell Dooley had two in the Game 1 win, a 7-0 victory. Four different scorers in a 4-2 win in Game 2. And Missouri State has themselves a 2-game winning streak. The Ice Bears did have a 8-game winning streak at one point, but then they lost the last two, which were outdoor games in New Mexico the first half of the season. The Ice Bears are ranked number 8 in the ACHA Division III, ranking number 7. It just came out today. And they face a University of Arkansas Razorback squad ranked number 1 in ACHA Division III. I think I'm hesitating. I think I said Division I. I didn't mean that. It's Division III Pacific, as they are ranked number 1 in the Pacific rankings. Again, just came out today. The Arkansas Razorbacks have not played since December 14th. It was a 4-1 loss to Kansas. Right now, they are 2-2 in the last 4 games. They split with Kansas, who's number 4 in the Pacific, and Mississippi, number 9 in the South. Their other loss is to number 1 in the North, Michigan. And that makes up the 3 losses for the University of Arkansas this season. Both teams played earlier in Springdale, October 11th and 12th. Both 7-1 losses for Missouri State. For the Razorbacks, Chris Stovall had the hat trick in Game 1. And Griffin Sugasara had 2 goals. There were 7 different goal scorers in Game 2, including Stovall, who also got a tally in that one. Ice Bears are 10-3 in the last 12 games. The Ice Bears have only given up 11 goals at home this season, so home is good for Missouri State. We'll see what happens. In last weekend's games, they gave up just 2. Again, a 7-0 win and a 4-2 win over the University of Missouri. For the Ice Bears on the power play, in the last 5 games, they're just 2 for 19. So the special teams to pick it up just a little bit. Penalty kill, 3 for 21 in the last 5. Ted Cardinale has a 2-game point scoring streak, 2 goals and an assist. He also has points in 11 of his last 13 games, 15 goals and 11 assists for the Missouri State point leader for the Ice Bears. Christopher Rita has 6 goals, 7 assists in 9 games for him. And Christian Catalano, he hasn't scored a goal since November 16th during a 4-2 win over Mizzou. Unlike this goal scorer for Missouri State, he normally gets himself some points, so he is due for the Ice Bears. Taking a look at the leaders for Missouri State. As I mentioned, Ted Cardinale is the leader for the Ice Bears in points. And we'll take a look at the others here in just a moment, but taking a look at Arkansas here quickly, they have not scored a goal in 56 minutes, 24 seconds. Again, a 4-1 loss, but they scored early on, about 3 minutes into the period. Evan Kerr scored the goal, the only goal for Arkansas, and they have gone almost a period without scoring a goal.
Now who's ready for some Ice Bears hockey?
They have 20 players that have at least 10 points. Cristobal was shut out last game, but he has 5 goals and 9 assists in 9 games. And I mentioned Evan Kerr. He has 3 hat tricks on the season, 12 goals, 15 assists in the last 11 games, and 5 assists with New Mexico on November 11th.
Steve Cassie will be broadcasting play-by-play from above, and I'm Kevin Thurl, proud to be your PA for tonight's game.
But taking a look at some of the leaders, as I mentioned, for each team, for Missouri State, with Ted Cardinale leading the pack, 26 points. Christopher Rita, 11 and 9, 20 points. Mitchell Doley, 6 and 8 for 14. Carson Komar, 4 and 9 for 13. And Sean Sullivan, who got a goal in the game against Mizzou, 5 and 6 for 11 points. For University of Arkansas, their leading scorer is Evan Kerr with 55 points, 24 and 31. Alex Kusher, 53 points, 23 and 30. Zach Wilson, 44 points, 21 and 23. And Griffin Sugasara, 16 and 28 for 44 points. Cristobal, 17 and 25 for 42 points. Stovall is familiar with this rink. He played for the Springfield Express, who was a junior A team that played here, I believe, from 2014 to 16. In a moment, we will have the teams coming out onto the ice. A little bit of a delay here as they let the ice set up. We'll tell you, though, that Missouri State will start in nets tonight. Matt Griffin, the freshman, 6'2", 195, out of Glen Carbon, Illinois. In 5 games, he's 3 and 1 with a 3.70 goals against average and an .880 save percentage. For the Arkansas Razorbacks, in nets for them will be Josef Dusenka, the junior, 5'11", 160, out of Prešov, Slovakia. In 13 games, he's 12 and 1, 1.85 goals against average, and a .926 save percentage. Keep in mind that this is an Arkansas Razorbacks team that played Division I last season, and they have moved down to Division III. Basically, they were told, pick a team, and in a sense, were shoved a card that said Division III on it. So that's what they're doing, and that's the one team they have. And so some of these players are Division I players that are playing on Division III, which is why 20 of the players have at least 10 points this season. So it will be Griffin and Dusenka in nets. The officials for today's game, Jason Carrera and Terry Farrar, and Mark Marzola will be the linesmen. Other streaks for each team include Mitchell Doley, who has a 4-game point scoring streak, 2 goals and 4 assists. Evan Lasansky, also a 4-game point scoring streak, 2 goals and 3 assists. And for the Arkansas Razorbacks, a 19-game point scoring streak ended December 14th during that 4-1 loss for Arkansas for Zach Wilson. But he does have 2 hat tricks, November 9th against New Mexico, November 16th against Washington University. And I mentioned earlier Griffin Sugasara. He has no goals this season since November 24th at Alabama when he had a goal and an assist, so he's due for some points. And speaking of that, Cameron McAtee points in 10 of his last 11 games, 12 goals, 11 assists, and has a 3-game point scoring streak with 4 goals and 2 assists this season.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for our Missouri State Ice Bears!
Teams are making their way out onto the ice now. Missouri State led by fourth-year head coach Cody Blevins, assistant coach Tyler Ellis in his third year. University of Arkansas has Keller Sims, his third year as head coach, and Andrew Falls is also on the bench, assistant coach his second year, as he came as a head coach from the Division I squad from last season. Missouri State in their white uniforms with maroon trim, and Arkansas in kind of a reddish maroon uniform with white trim. Let's join Kevin Thurl, the public address announcer, for the introduction and the starting lineups of tonight's game.
To tonight's ACHA matchup between the visiting Arkansas Razorbacks and your Missouri State Ice Bears. Well, let's start with meeting our starting lineups for tonight's game, beginning with the Arkansas Razorbacks. Starting at a forward, number 3, Evan Kerr. Starting at a forward, number 13, Alex Keyser. Starting at a forward, number 37, Trevor McLean. Starting on defense for the Razorbacks, number 25, Cameron McCarthy. Starting on defense, number 52, Sean Foster. And starting in net tonight for the Razorbacks, number 96, Joseph Dusenka. The Razorbacks are coached by head coach Keller Sims and assistant coach David Valentini. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the heart of Springfield, Missouri, inside the Jordan Valley Ice Park and within the beautiful Stan Melton Arena, it's time. Everyone on your feet, let's meet the starters for your Missouri State Ice Bears! Starting at a forward, number 5, Ryan Moon. Starting at a forward, number 18, Nathan Dallas. Starting at a forward, number 91, Cole Cutler. Starting on defense for the Bears, number 21, Nathan Hendricks. Starting on defense, number 10, Justin Koch. And starting in goal tonight for the Ice Bears, number 30, Matt Griffin. The Bears are coached by head coach Cody Blevins and assistant coaches BJ Norman and Tyler Ellis. Our officiating crew for tonight's game, referees Jason Carrera and Terry Farrar, and linesmen Mark Marzola. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing, and gentlemen, please remove your caps as we honor America with the singing of the national anthem performed tonight by the Finley River Boys.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare drums bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Our national anthem.
The Findlay River Boys.
The Findlay River Boys, as we are moments away from puck drop here. Number 8, Missouri State. Number 1, Arkansas. It is like a family reunion here. Head coach of Missouri State's Division I, Jeremy Law, is in the building. Rick Desjardins, long time, has worked with Arkansas. He's in the building. And fans are still filing in here. Missouri State will skate from the left to the right. Arkansas from the right to the left. I'm Steve Casson, Gage Gronberg doing camera work for us here tonight. Gage, I believe you'll be playing tomorrow. Shakes his head. You can talk. We're good now. So, just for a second here, but you will be playing tomorrow?
Yeah, I will.
All right. So here we go. We are ready for the drop of the puck. It'll be Nathan Dallas for Missouri State. He'll come in along with Alex Kieser, and immediately it'll be Arkansas with possession. They quickly flip it into the Missouri State zone all the way down, where it'll be chased by Justin Koch, the junior, out of St. Louis. Sends it over to the far side, over to Ryan Moon. Moon's pass intercepted, taken away, comes right up the middle, and an opportunity for Kerr, who sent it up the middle, was sent wide into the corner. 19:33 to go in the period, and play is still in the Missouri State zone. Just 45 seconds into this hockey game, and play continues. It is kicked out to center ice and quickly taken by Alex DeGuyer and sent right back in. Over to the left side to Cristobal. Shot in, and a big save by Griffin. Joining us in the booth for a couple of minutes, head coach Jeremy Law of Missouri State's Division I squad. Jeremy, how are you?
Doing well, Steve. Thanks.
Good to have you. I know I've also seen Brady Griffin here because his brother Matt is in nets tonight, and you probably wanted to come check that out a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah. I wanted to come. Not too often do we have an off weekend when our D3 team's at home, so wanted to come check out the guys and do some scouting.
Absolutely. Speaking of scouting, next year Division I team is going to need a lot of players. At my count right now, 17. I'm thinking.
Yeah, we have some fifth-year guys coming back that I probably need to tell you about.
Yeah.
We're looking to bring in probably around 15 guys for next year, and I've been hitting the recruiting trail pretty hard. So.
Stovall with a shot, got deflected wide, and that my last count was 17, but with fifth years, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Shot in by Griffin Sugasara, misses wide. Ice Bears are able to grab it, and they come the other way. Taken by Christopher Rita. He'll send it in, and a full sail change for Missouri State. Arkansas says, fine, we'll do the same. DeGuyer, out of his own zone, works it over to Dylan Odelin, and Odelin's pass briefly broken up, so it'll be Chris Salmon. Back of his own zone to set it up, looking for a return pass for DeGuire. 17:54 to go in the period. Puck is kicked out and sent right back in, and Ice Bears will clear the zone. Far side boards, A.J. Daniger to chase. Ice Bears are able to keep it in. And then it's a lead pass that breaks up, and Jay Scharrer had it momentarily, and the Ice Bears will intercept at their own line. We come the other way, left to right. Daniger, we're going to get a slashing call, I believe, as Daniger was slashed, one-handing it into the zone. So the first penalty will go to Arkansas, and Grant Deacon will go, and Missouri State will go on the power play. Well, Jeremy, I know that it's the first time in a while the Ice Bears get a couple of weekends off, or at least a couple of weeks with one weekend thrown in there. That's got to be nice.
Yeah, much needed. Obviously, no surprise to you, Steve, but we've been in a slump, and I think a weekend off will do us well and get back at it next weekend against McKendree. So.
Sent all the way down to the Missouri State zone. Ice Bears, Nicholas Gray able to break things up, but Arkansas intercepts. They have possession. Salmon behind the net, able to get it out to center ice. And Arkansas's penalty kill this season, 24 for 137, 82.5%, but they're working it well now, and they send it all the way down. And speaking about Division I team, as we have the head coach of the Ice Bears Division I squad, Jeremy Law, with us. Kind of a tough situation. It's been probably 7-8 games of nothing but just league contests and top-ranked teams, and it's got to be tough. Shot, score as Gray gets a power play goal up over the shoulder of Usenka, and Missouri State takes a 1-0 lead. Sorry about that, Jeremy, but
no worries.
What a great goal as the Ice Bears take the lead innocently enough, just coming into the zone, and Gray pops it up over the shoulder of the goaltender, who I don't know if he was waiting for it or not, but it was low along the face-off dot and up over his shoulder and in, and Missouri State takes a 1-0 lead on the power play goal. Wouldn't you like to have a player like that? Oh, we have Stan Melton in the house. I may have to...
Yeah, you may have to take my headset off here.
May have to do that. Let's catch the call.
By number 7, Nick Gray. Time of that goal at 3:15 of the first period. Scored on the power play, unassisted on the play by number 7. That's the Missouri State Ice Bears goal!
So there you go. As it's a 1-0 lead for Missouri State on Nick Gray's unassisted goal, and Gray will get goal number 3 this season. And Jeremy, I forgot what I was going to ask you. I asked you something.
I don't know either, Steve, but that was a great, nice shot on a good power play entry. So nice to see the boys up 1-0.
Oh, something about the fact that you've played 7 or 8 or 9 just consecutive games against top-ranked teams. It's got to been tough towards the end there.
Yeah, coming back from break, obviously playing Lindenwood, who is notably one of the best number 1 teams in the country. So I thought we played really well in Lindenwood. That's a tough team to beat. And then, going into Arizona, also 2 really good teams. And I didn't think the games were indicative of the scores, but we've been on a tough stretch, and hopefully get back in the win column next weekend here.
Arkansas with Trevor McLean goes into the corner, and he's pushed away from the puck. So with 15:38 to go in the period, it is Rita to come back the other way. Off of his stick as he was partially interfered with, Alex DeGuire with it. DeGuire at the red line. Justin Cope to put a check in, but instead it's Arkansas with possession. Dylan Odelin, 6 goals, 13 assists, averaging .79 points per game. Sent all the way down, and it'll be taken by Nathan Hendricks of Missouri State. Hendricks pass a little slow to try to get over to A.J. Daniger, but they do manage to get it out to center ice. 1 goal, 1 power play goal for Missouri State, and sent all the way down into the Ice Bears zone now by Kieser, but it's intercepted by Missouri State at the half boards. They're able to clear it out across the line and send it all the way down. Racing hard as Daniger, flipped up away from him. Sullivan is there, intercepted by Dominic De La Guardia, and shot right back in by Christian Kuzo with authority. 14.5 to go in the period. It is cleared all the way down. It hit Gray's stick, so no icing, and back in the Missouri State zone. Well, Jeremy, I know recruiting is obviously going to be the big key. And I know you've probably got a list of your top recruits that you want right now, as the fact that Missouri State is going to have a lot of seniors graduating next year.
Yeah, so I'm like right in the heart of the recruiting season right now. Now's the time we want to get guys accepted into the school and get commitments out of them. A lot of players are weighing options right now, so just trying to keep in contact with these guys and let them know why we're a good option, and So, yeah, it's a busy time for me and trying to still focus on our season as well. So,
Ice Bears with Nathan Dallas leading the charge. Dallas trying to get around a player but couldn't do it. And that player takes it away, who is Cameron McAtee. Far side, across the line, and Zachary Wilson will go into the bench and leave it for Missouri State. They lead the charge all the way down. This should be an icing. Nope, they're going to wave it off. So Cameron McAtee comes back in front of his net to pick it up. Nobody there. Here come the Razorbacks. 4-on-1. Left side. Sharer with a drive, and he missed wide. Ice Bears have it. Flipped up off the boards by Matthews. And in front of the Arkansas bench, it's backhanded in. So with the whole recruiting thing, how do you convince, and how do I say this nicely? How do you convince people to say, hey, Missouri State's a great place to play. We want you.
Well, fortunate for us, we have a lot of, attractive features for players. So, we've had a good couple seasons the last 2 years, made the nationals. That's important to guys. They want to play on good teams.
Yep.
But our rink, our fans, I think we're definitely top 3 in the country for fan base and beautiful arena. Missouri State's a good state school, so a lot of kids are looking, and we're relatively inexpensive compared to a lot of other schools in the country. So there's not a lot of selling I need to do, just kind of telling the guys about our program, and not being biased here. It's a great organization to be part of. So
Christian Catalano was stopped from a potential breakaway. Now Carson Comar's there. He gets upended. Matthews spins around a check. And Missouri State putting on a little bit more pressure here. Lead pass, too far for Zach Riley. Chases it behind the net. How important is it to have that 1-0 lead, and how much of a relief is that for you as a coach, knowing you've got a 1-0 lead after you averted some pressure?
No, it's awesome. It's really good for momentum and confidence, coming and playing against a really good Arkansas team. I think number 1, right, Steve?
Yeah, they are ranked number 1.
Number 1 team in the country. So to get that first goal, I think it takes a little pressure off. And, you don't want to be comfortable playing with the lead, but it definitely helps the psyche. So
Trevor Balderon comes in. He shoots, save through some traffic, and Griffin is able to hold on. Well, Jeremy, I appreciate you joining us. So you probably want to go.
I'm going to go watch, but thanks for having me on here, Steve.
Hey, thanks so much.
And we'll see you next weekend as well.
Absolutely. Next weekend, Division I plays McKendree.
Yep.
Just found out they're ranked number 17.
Yep.
Which I know that's a sore subject because Missouri State is not ranked number 17.
Right.
But the key is they're ranked high enough. That's some good pickup points right there.
Yeah, take care of business. We could jump some spots for sure.
Absolutely. Jeremy, thanks so much for doing this.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, head coach of Missouri State's Division I, Jeremy Law, joining us there. Meanwhile, Arkansas with possession of the puck, and it comes outside the zone. Are we going to get a offside here? I believe that's what we're going to get. And they're going to face it off at center ice. So we'll do it like nothing happened. And off the draw, it's Hendricks to have it for Missouri State after the big win by Mattingly. Sent all the way down off of Mattingly's stick. No icing. Sean Foster to chase it. Back behind the net, working for it now. Evan Kerr, the recipient of the pass, lead all the way to Trevor McLean. He's going to race in, but it's an icing call. Icing with 10:31 to go in the first period, and Missouri State with a 1-0 lead. Nicholas Gray with a nice play on the right side up over the shoulder of the goaltender, and Missouri State has the advantage. Face off in the Arkansas zone. Puck is kicked to the corner, and it's sent out to center ice and all the way down into the Missouri State zone. Picked up, and a nice backhanded play by Nicholas Valentini, but we actually no, that is Alex Kieser. We go the other way, but the Ice Bears block it at the line and pick it up. Moon brought it into the corner. Puck flipped up all the way down into the Ice Bears zone. Good deflection by the Ice Bears' Justin Koch. Got it out of harm's way. It was a puck that was up in the air, too. Stolen by Kerr. Cut off at the right circle. Flipped all the way down and out and back down into the Arkansas zone. Again, the Arkansas Razorbacks have not played since December 14th, a 4-1 loss to Kansas, and they're working on a game plus. Shot in, save as Catalano got that one. And Dusenka knew it was in his goal pads, but he didn't want to move it because he didn't know exactly where it was. 56-24 was the total time that Arkansas has not scored a goal. Well, now we're past that total. We're about a game, which is 60 minutes, and about 4, so it's about 64 minutes and change. Arkansas has not scored a goal. A game sounds better when you say that, if you're an Ice Bear fan. Puck is cleared out to center ice. If you're a Razorback fan, you wanted to break that. Who cares about statistics? Here come the Arkansas Razorbacks with Stovall with a drive. He must have heard me. Got that radio in his helmet. Got a shot off and he missed wide. Now we're going to get a penalty against Missouri State. Getting called is Jacob Matthews as Odeline went down. So it's going to be a power play for the Razorbacks. This will be number 1 for them. On the power play, 36 for 121, 29.8%. That's not bad this late in the season. So Matthews will go. It's a hooking call. But immediately Missouri State will clear it and send it all the way down. Oh, they officially call it tripping. Razorbacks and Valderon. Tyler. 10 goals, 7 assists for the junior from Hamilton, Ontario. Up high. Blast just missing wide by Odeline. 1.5 to go on the power play. Now from behind the net. Kaiser was working it around. Still with possession. Working it up to the right side. McAtee drive in, save Griffin. McAtee with it again, right side. Left side, partially up the middle to Valderon. Now left side, drive is blocked as Kieser tried to get it in the left faceoff dot. Power play is 1:08. To the point, it's checked out to center, and Missouri State with tired penalty killers that are definitely wanting to change. Arkansas says, fine, we'll do the same. Only player still on the ice is McAtee for Arkansas. And Stovall, who gets a return pass. Here comes Chris across the line. Right in front, tipped, save, rebound, loose, up high off of McAtee's stick. Initially, it was tipped in front by Wilson. Now again, a drive, and it's blocked. It's out to center. Again, McAtee tried. Stovall left side now. Looking to the right. Does instead get it up high. Shot in front, deflected, save. As it was deflected by Sugasara. Rebound in front. And it's kept out by the goaltender, Griffin. Power play has 17 seconds to go. A 1-0 lead for Missouri State. Nick Gray, his 3rd of the season, unassisted. And that's where we stand right now. But Arkansas has 12 seconds left on the power play. And they work it up high from DeGuyer. Now DeGuyer again with room. He shoots. And a glove save by Griffin. He'll hold on. Line change for both teams. 3 seconds to go on the power play. In to take the draw for Missouri State, Sean Sullivan. And coming up in the first period intermission, have an interview with Jake Stewart, who I called Sean Sullivan. He was nice enough to ignore that fact. .640 to go in the period. Arkansas working it. They keep it in. Power play has expired. Grant Deacon working it to the corner. Now a shot in, save as it came off the stick of McAtee and then also off the glove of Griffin. Missouri State with pressure, but they still have a 1-0 lead. Line change for the Ice Bears. They will wait for everyone to change up. Work it to the near side and sent in by Sullivan with a drive that's gloved by Dusenka. He'll hold on with 5:52 to go in the period. And a face-off in the Arkansas zone. Face-off to the right of Dusenka. Komar comes in for Missouri State. Michael Ellis for Arkansas. Quickly off the draw, it comes into Dusenka, that is, to the point to Christian Kuzo. Tipped by Cardinale. Shot just wide. Rita's with it. Rita behind the net. Cut off by LaPlante. Kevin LaPlante drops it down in low. Komar to drop it. Over to the corner. Now bouncing puck in front. Shot saved as Komar got it in a big save by Dusenka. It's cleared out to center ice. Here is a break. Ellis, left side, right side, in front, score! Zach Riley. All caused by a breakdown defensively by Missouri State. Christian Kuzo dove to keep the puck away. Will in fact start it at that point where he dove to keep the puck away, but instead it was created an odd man rush, and finishing it off in front on the right side, Zach Riley. This is an even strength goal, and it's 1-1. For Zach Riley, he gets his 9th goal of the season. And it's a 1-1 contest. Several assists. We'll catch the call from public address announcer Kevin Thorough. But the game is even.
Arkansas goal scored by number 19, Zach Riley. Assisted by number 91, Michael Ellis. And number 5, Dominic De La Guardia. Time of the goal at 14:39 of the first period, scored by number 19, assisted by number 91 and number 5.
So Arkansas finally scores a goal, and now there's 4:30 remaining. I will get the time if I can add that up properly. Meanwhile, it's at center. And the Ice Bears will shoot the puck in. Behind the net, Lasansky feeds the puck over to Stewart, and it's off of his stick and out to center ice. Playback along the Missouri State bench, and the Ice Bears will gain possession. They work it all the way down to the Arkansas zone. Mitchell Doley let it go. Puck taken away by the Razorbacks. Off the stick of Wilson. Now sent over to Stovall. He avoids a check. Drop behind the net. Arkansas with it. Now getting around a fallen Ice Bears, McAtee. And the puck is kicked out to center. Arkansas to regroup. Ice Bears change at least 3, maybe 4 on that shift. On the fly. Here's Stovall again. Leads it up high. Tipped in front as Stovall went to Sugasara, who gave it over to Wilson and off of his stick. On the tip. Now behind the net. Wilson would grab it. Off the boards. They get it to Foster. He shoots. Deflected up high. Behind the net is Sullivan. Tried to pass it to himself, but it makes its way to the Ice Bears and A.J. Daniger. He gets a shot in, save Dusenka. That one just outside the blue line. Stolen, taken by the Ice Bears. Daniger with it. Daniger checked off the play by Sugasara. Lead pass will go to Chris Salmon of the Razorbacks. Shot in, and it'll be held on to by the Ice Bears goaltender and Matt Griffin. 2:24 to go in the period. And a 1-1 game. Play is to the right side of the Ice Bears zone and shot in by Kevin LaPlante. Held on to. Trying to do my totals here and see just how many minutes. So it looks like .71 minutes and 3 seconds. Arkansas went between goals. Now they have possession in the Missouri State zone. They're trying to work it to the right side off of the stick of LaPlante, and it's cleared out to center. 1:29 to go. Up the middle, shot in, and saved by Griffin as Jake Scharrer got the follow-up shot. 1:24 to go in the period. Face off in the Missouri State zone. Quickly taken by the Ice Bears, but sent the other way. Chased down by Valentini. Works it to the near side. Up the middle in front, Valentini, and a big save by Griffin, as Nicholas was looking for goal number 7 this season. Coming up at the second period intermission, we will talk with the man who started hockey. Actually, we'll do it in the second period. We'll talk with the man that started hockey here in Springfield. Puck comes in right through, and Griffin was able to clear it away, but we're going to get a penalty because the first period intermission, we're going to have a talk with Jake Stewart. So we'll talk to Stan Melton coming up in the second period. But what we have now is a cross-checking penalty against Arkansas. Oh, we have 2. I think this is going to be a double minor. Or it's going to be 1 on each side. And it looks like 1 on each side. Cole Cutler is going to go for unsportsmanlike conduct and a cross-check that has been assessed to Zach Riley. So what does that mean? Absolutely nothing. We're 5 on 5. Well, actually, we're going to be 4 on 4. We'll be even with a lot of ice out there. Puck to the side of the net. Of the Ice Bears, Griffin to Dallas. He is able to clear it out to center. Arkansas with Kerr. Comes in, backhander, deflected away. And taken by Missouri State. Koch drives it in. 29 seconds to go. Dallas is there. And one last ditch effort to Kaiser. Right side to Kerr. Shot in, up the middle, and just missed wide on a deflection by Kerr. 10 seconds to go. Puck flipped out and down and all the way, and icing is waved off. 3 seconds remain. One last ditch effort, and that'll do it as it sails high and wide. Shots on goal in the first period. Matt Griffin faces 18, and Josef Dusenka faces just 6. But after all of that, it is a 1-1 game. Nicholas Gray with his 3rd of the season, and Missouri State has a 1-0 advantage. That one coming at 3:15 of the period on the power play. And then it is Riley with his 9th, Ellis and De La Guardia with the assists. And after one period of play, it is a 1-1 contest. Power plays 1-for-1 for Missouri State, 0-for-1 for the Razorbacks, and just 2 penalties each for 4 minutes. That is what we have at this point. So we will take a break, and when we come back, talk with Jake Stewart of Missouri State. After 20, 1 each.
Hey, Missouri! Barrel Bob here. I'm MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. I see a lot of distracted drivers in work zones not paying attention to the road. Distracted driving is the #1 cause of crashes. The average text takes 5 seconds to read. At 55 miles per hour, you could travel the length of a football field blindfolded. Don't take the chance. I want you and my friends working on the roads to get home safely. Please buckle up and put your phone down. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Your best source for awards of any kind is always Bowles Trophy House in Springfield. Trophies, plaques, medals, gifts, ribbons, and more. You get top quality and great service at Bowles Trophy House, serving Springfield and Southwest Missouri for over 40 years. Call them at 417-869-8720.
And if you need embroidery work done, logos, digitizing, and more, come to Banners and Brainstorms in Bulls Trophy House at 601 South Kimbrough.
Hey, Springfield, are you ready for some hockey?
Here's Barrett.
Left side with the V-line on over to O'Brien. Back to Barrett. Score!
Steve Casson here, voice of your Missouri State Ice Bears. Join us at Jordan Valley Ice Park in downtown Springfield for this year's excitement.
This is head coach Jeremy Law. The Bears are back for another season, so check out our schedule at MissouriStateHockey.com and get your tickets now.
Here come the Ice Bears. Turin with Bell catching up. Turin shoots. Score! Oh, baby! We're back at Jordan Valley Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. Now talking with Missouri State's Jake Stewart. 3 assists. You're still looking to get the goose egg off the stat board, but the sophomore defenseman out of Imperial, Missouri. And okay, have you thought about what are you going to do when you score?
Oh. Well, I mean, you can also know that I'm going to be very excited. I don't know about a big old celebration or not, but, you know, I hope to get the team going more than anything. I think they'll be excited for me, and I'll be excited for myself also.
I mean, gone are the days of the guys riding their sticks down the middle of the ice and slamming the glass or anything like that. You know, a lot of the college guys don't do that anymore, but most of it is pretty much taken up by wherever you score, wherever you are, the guys are going to come, they're going to crowd around you. You're going to fight your way to try to get to the line. Mm-hmm. You know, it usually ends up that way. And the next thing you know, it's all over with. You're sitting on the bench. You're like, oh, I missed my opportunity.
Yeah, I just did a big group hug.
Exactly. So, but you know, it'll come. It'll come for you for sure. Do you remember your first goal?
First goal ever. I know I have the puck sitting somewhere on my dresser at home, but yeah, I got a good little blue puck from when I was a mite. I can't remember the first exact goal exactly, but all I know is I was a mite at that age group, really young, and who knows what happened back then.
Do you remember the prettiest goal or the one that sticks out in your mind?
I would say my first goal of high school hockey. It was I think it was also my sophomore year, and it was one of those more exciting things more than anything, and it was pretty for sure, but just kind of stepped out from the point, took a shot, found an opening, and there it was.
Nothing really fancy, nothing that, I mean, obviously you remember it, but it wasn't anything that was something that you'd say, oh man, I remember that first goal. It was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, like I said, that was more of like an exciting thing. I've had some skillful goals, I guess, when I was younger, when I was messing around, but when I grew up, kind of developed more into a defensive defenseman and kind of staying back, and when I get one, I'm happy for it.
And that's the thing too, because normally people don't realize, but I mean, you can be an offensive defenseman, and some people are, but it sounds like you kind of do what you need to do, and if the points come, the points come.
For sure, yeah, that's me.
We're talking with Jake Stewart of Missouri State. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a financial advisor.
A financial advisor.
Correct.
So, the biggest key to being a financial advisor is you kind of have to walk the talk, right?
Right.
So theoretically, you have to be the guy, and I don't know if you listen, since you're a financial advisor, I don't know if you listen to Dave Ramsey or not.
I have before, but not much.
Because he touts being financially independent and being debt-free, and really the only thing you should only owe is your home.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have to walk that talk. I mean, you're going to have to be. You can't be like some of those financial guys that they owe everything in the world to everybody, but they're trying to advise other people about their money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of you kind of got to walk the talk there,
right.
and you know, make sure that you do that well. So I guess what I'm saying is, don't get into debt.
Yeah.
Stay out of debt. Just you've got a clean slate. Just keep. I mean, I hope you have a clean slate right now, you know, and keep it going. And you know, I've kind of done that. The only thing I owe is on my house, and faster you can get that thing paid off, the better.
There you go.
So, you know, but that's just my little advice from somebody who wanted to be a financial advisor, and rather than doing that, just kind of took somebody else's advice. And but that being said, speaking of advice, is there anybody that, as you were growing up hockey-wise, that was your mentor that maybe you looked upon and has kind of followed their lead?
I would like to say I was kind of more independent with hockey. My whole family had nothing, like, they never had any background with hockey. My dad played soccer in college, and my mom was also a soccer player, and I was the first hockey guy that came out of nowhere, and I kind of had to decide where I was going to go, what kind of camps I wanted to do, how I wanted to get better, and I guess it paid off. But I mean, I had some good coaches for sure that directed me in the right way, but overall, I kind of had to make sure I knew what I wanted to do.
Is there an NHL player that maybe you look upon and say, okay, yeah, I kind of want to do what he does?
Currently, I really like watching Colton Parayko, defenseman on the Blues.
You look like him too.
Yeah, a little tall. He's a little bit more offensive defenseman, but he's someone I strive toward play like, I guess you could say.
That's good. Sean Sullivan is our guest, joining us here on In Between Periods. And Sean, do you have like a favorite? I called you Sean Sullivan. Jake Stewart. I don't know where that came from. Jake, do you have a favorite like warm-up or what do you do to get ready for a game?
Well, I like to actually go to the gym about 2 hours, 3 hours before I go to the rink, kind of walk the treadmill, get a heart rate going, stretch out a lot, and then I come to the rink and just kind of hang out with the guys, and then do another warm-up routine, do some stretches, get the legs moving, and then you're out there for the actual warm-ups in the game.
You're listed at 6 foot 190.
Yeah.
You're about 6 foot 190. That's what I am.
I think I hit 6'1" in the past year, but I don't think I'm any taller. I'm right around 190 still. Yeah.
Okay. Throw the skates on, and you're kind of an intimidating force out there.
Yeah, a little bit taller, a little bit bigger.
You guys are playing Arkansas.
Correct.
Tough time early on this season. What are you looking forward to this time? What do you think's different or going to be different?
Well, we've had a lot more practice since we played them last time. Kind of got some more chemistry under our belt. We got some more teamwork going. We picked up a new player, Cole Cutler. He is helping a little bit for us. We just kind of been working more as a team in practice, off ice, on ice, whatever it's got to take, and hoping for a good outcome.
You talk about a couple of players, Cutler being one of them, but guys that I kind of look and see that are really kind of stepping up. And you got your average guys that are stepping up already, and Ted Cardinale and Christopher Rita. But I'm looking at guys like Cutler. I also see Jacob Matthews. He's not necessarily on the scoreboard, but he's all over the ice.
Oh, yeah.
He's really kind of throwing things down, and that's what I think was stuck in my head. Sean Sullivan, because he got a goal in the last game. He's starting to kind of come around a little bit too. But if you could pick, and I know I'm putting you in the spot here, but kind of an MVP of this hockey club, who would it be right now?
An MVP. That's kind of hard to put your finger on. I mean, the leading goal scorer, it always varies. It was, is it Ted or is it Rita
still
now?
Ted.
Is it Ted? I know it was Rita earlier on. Now it's Ted, and it's always flip-flopping, and then you got points to come in with it, and it's always a battle to the top, and I think that's how it should be. There's not one guy that's standing far ahead of the others. Everyone's battling to get to the top, and I mean, whenever everyone's not injured and we got the whole crew here, I think we're as one, and I don't think we really need or have a standout guy that's holding us all together.
Fair question. I'll take it. That's good. Jake Stewart is our guest, and Jake, siblings?
I have one brother and one sister.
Are they into hockey? Do they play?
My younger brother, he used to play for a little bit, and he stopped playing a year ago, and he picked up mountain biking, and he's doing a lot better with that and loving it.
Okay. How about your sister?
My sister, she's older than me, and she did cheerleading when she was younger, and then now she just graduated from college, and she's got a job and doing her thing.
She come to your games at all?
Whenever she comes in town, which is whenever she can. She lives in St. Louis, like the rest of my family, so whenever they can all come down, it's a great time, and when they do, they do.
That's another thing. Being from St. Louis, it's kind of close.
Yeah.
Is that why you picked Missouri State?
It had a factor to do with it. I like how it was away from home, but not too far from home, a good 3 hours or so. But, the reason I came to Missouri State was ultimately for school and good college of business for my finance major, but also hockey. I knew they had a good hockey program, and then I wanted to come into that, and Missouri State fit me well.
Jake Stewart, also known as Sean Sullivan by me, is joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for doing this, and you can go ahead and tell them later on what I said. But, all right,
pleasure.
Jake Stewart, thanks so much. Appreciate it. All right, we'll take a break. Be back. More hockey coming up.
This is Barrel Bob, MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. You'll be seeing more of me as the weather warms up. Crews will be working on our roads. That means lanes will be closed for construction and maintenance work on our highways. As you approach a work zone, please don't drive distracted. You need to pay attention. I want you and my friends working on the roads to all get home safely. Remember, buckle up and put down your phone. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Hey, Springfield, are you ready for some hockey?
Here's Barrett.
Left side with the beeline on over to O'Brien. Back to Barrett. Score!
Steve Casson here, voice of your Missouri State Ice Bears. Join us at Jordan Valley Ice Park in downtown Springfield for this year's excitement.
This is head coach Jeremy Law. The Bears are back for another season, so check out our schedule at MissouriStateHockey.com and get your tickets now.
Here come the Ice Bears. Turin with Bell catching up. Turin shoots. Score! Oh, baby! Back at Jordan Valley Ice Park, the Stan Melton Ice Arena. Steve Casson, Gage Gronberg, and I do have the man who the arena is named after joining us right now, Stan Melton. Stan, how are you?
Doing great, Steve. Very happy to be here, and great to see we're doing so well against Arkansas tonight.
Well, considering we're being outshot 18-6, well is very good.
Oh my God,
for sure. But you know, Stan, a lot of people can't see this because we can't run the camera over, but January 22nd, 2016 was a very important day in your life.
It was amazing. I still have to pinch myself every now and then to believe it, Steve, but yeah, it was amazing. I'm just very humbled by the whole thing.
Yeah, that was the day that this arena went from being called the East Rink to the Stan Melton Rink, and again, it was basically because of your dedication to hockey, your dedication to starting a program here, to being on the committee that started the Vision 2020, which then basically assured an ice rink would be here, which meant hockey would be here for a long time in Springfield.
Absolutely. We were so fortunate that the city looked long term in the planning and the design of the rink, and to actually get it, we were very fortunate to see the public surveys that the Parks Department did start to show that an ice arena or a facility like this was number one on the list of most wanted facilities that we didn't have in Springfield. And that prompted the Parks Department to take a hard look at what it would take to get a facility here. And we had a visit with the Parks Department director at that time and proposed starting a committee to promote getting an ice arena in Springfield and getting a hockey team for Springfield. And lo and behold, we gathered enough momentum. We had about 300 or 400 folks as on our list for our committee, and we put together a steering committee of about 30 community leaders, and it was just great to see the community come together and support getting an ice arena and getting the sport of hockey in Springfield and ice sports in general, and just tremendous. And one of the bigger keys was we were able to pass a hotel motel tax to help support not only getting this arena but the Jordan Valley Park project in general and some other funding objectives, and that triggered it. The Parks Department put together a great plan of bond funding to help fund it, and it was 1999. Actually, in the year 2000, fall of 2000, we were able to break ground on the construction of the arena, and that was just a tremendous feeling to see that happen. And essentially, it was probably early summer of 2000 that started. I knew that a collegiate hockey team would work here in Springfield, a club team. I had gone to Mizzou and observed the Mizzou team that had been in existence for many, many years, and basically that was my idea because a professional team needed a lot larger seating capacity, and so a collegiate team I knew would work, and we had the idea to start the at that time SMS Ice Bears, and we started working on that and brought in Andy Marquardt to do the recruiting for players, and he was able to recruit about 17 hockey players, and we converted 6 roller hockey players, and And I'll never forget the first night that we opened the arena. We had gone down to Arkansas and practiced. We opened the arena, and it was a round robin. We played the Blues alumni, St. Louis U Billikens, and the St. Louis Sting Junior A team. And our first game was Blues alumni, and it was just amazing, just amazing.
Absolutely.
When the boys skated out to take that first puck drop, oh my gosh, what a feeling. And 19 years later, it seems like it's gone by awful fast, but I would never guess that we'd be at this level 19 years later.
Absolutely an amazing time. I'll tell you what is also amazing is the team photographer that we have, Michael Signoli, and this is from tonight's game.
Oh my God.
And you look at some of the things that he's been able to put together for Missouri State. His photography is absolutely
that's tremendous.
amazing, and you gotta really like what he's been able to do for Missouri State. Of course, the clock is not part of that, but we'll get back to the normal view that you normally would see.
You know, you can look at those photos, Steve, and you can just see the feeling of the game in a photograph. It's just, he's a tremendous photographer.
Does a great job. Well, Stan, if you want to hang around for this period, we'd love to have you.
Absolutely, be glad to.
All right, here we go as both teams have made their way out onto the ice. This time, Missouri State will skate from the right to the left, and from the left to the right, it will be the Arkansas Razorbacks. 1-1 after one period of play.
Missouri State to work a little rust off here, Steve.
Absolutely, I know. We did this for many years.
That's right.
Here come Arkansas with a 4-on-4, 45 seconds left in it, and it's stolen by Ted Cardinale. He's able to flip it up and clear it out to center ice. Carson Komar, what a great play by Komar. Didn't know where the puck was. Once he heard the bounce, he swept it in down low and was able to get somewhat of a chance. We come the other way, though. Here comes McAtee. Down in low, Komar lost the puck for a second. Cardinale is there. He spears it around Kerr. And the Ice Bears are able to get it out to center, too far for Hendricks. And McAtee will set it up. Arkansas with possession. Shot in, just missing wide by McLean. Taken away by Missouri State. They clear it out to center ice off of Nathan Dallas' stick. Komar had it, and it finds its way over to Dallas. He shoots. Blocker save by Dusenka. Line change for Missouri State. Arkansas out of their own zone. Here comes McLean. Intercepted by Gray with the only goal in today's game. Dallas will drop it down in low. Over to the right side. Now working it is Cole Cutler. Off of Cutler, it's out to center ice. Gray, lost the puck, but it's Sugaswara who breaks in. He shoots, he scores! So Missouri State a little hesitant at the line, and it results in a turnover, and it's a 2-1 lead for Arkansas.
Yeah, Steve, looks like a little bit of a defensive breakdown there, and Arkansas escaped with a one-on-one on our goalie, and boy, they're deadly. They don't miss much when they get that kind of a chance.
We'll take a look at the play, which again started from the blue line after kind of a hesitation and a missed pass, and then coming in all alone up over the shoulder of the goaltender Griffin was Sugaswara, and this will be his 17th goal of the season. And it is a 2-1 lead for Arkansas. So Arkansas, who as of their last game, December 14th, had not scored a goal in 71 minutes and 3 seconds, has given up, has scored 2 goals. Let's catch
by
the
number
call.
9, Griffin Sugaswara, assisted by number 8, Chris Stovall. Time of that goal at 1:27 of the second period, scored by number 9, assisted by number 8.
A 2-1 lead for Arkansas. Yeah, Stan, I mentioned to the listeners earlier that the last game that Arkansas played was December 14th against Kansas. It was a 4-1 loss. but that goal was scored in the first 3 minutes of the game. So 56-24, Arkansas went without scoring a goal, and today they went with the goal at 14:39, a total of 71-03 without scoring a goal.
That might be their longest stretch of the season.
Probably.
The way these guys score.
As we have a offside, so we're going to have the face-off coming back. No, maybe it's not icing.
I was talking with Brian Armstrong, our general manager, Steve, and asked him if there were several of the D1 players from Arkansas' season last year that stayed with the team, and he said not that many. There's still a few remaining, but it's mainly a Division III team. But boy, they are tearing them up this season.
Definitely. Well, Chris Stovall's one of them, I know for sure, that has stayed. I believe I'll catch the other ones here in a moment. Meanwhile, it's Matthews out of his own zone. Has trouble with it. To the corner. I think DeGuire and Kerr are also, along with Kieser, are also seniors. So I think they, along with Sean Foster, are the ones that remain. Puck comes off of the goaltender, Dusenka. But it's Arkansas trying to gain possession out of their own zone. They'll work it in. It gets flipped up and out of play. 16:35 to go in the period. But they have 20 players that have 10 or more points.
My goodness. Boy, talk about well-rounded.
I mean, you look at Kerr with 24 goals, 31 assists. Stovall with 17 and 25. Sugaswara, I'm going to update his with today's. That's 17 and 28. Kieser has 23 and 23. Cameron McAtee 19 and 22. And Trevor McLean 12 and 15, along with Tyler Valderon 10 and 7. That is a whole team in itself with just an amazing amount of biscuits into the basket, right?
Absolutely.
Hendricks will give it over to Cardinale, and Missouri State with a line change. 16:01 to go in the period. Second period intermission. Evan Lasonsky will join us. Arkansas with Zach Riley. He's going to send it down, and Zach is approaching the double digits in goals as he got one today. He has 9. But Missouri State holding their own. You get another one here, and it's going to be a different hockey game, but they're trying to move it. Take advantage of an Arkansas team that hasn't played since November 14th, or actually December 14th. November would be a long time. Puck kicked ahead and returned by Ellis. Looking in front to try to get it to Riley. Good defensive work by Missouri State. Drop to the corner. Now the half boards to Ellis up the middle, and Foster shot it wide. Foster's pass is a bad one, and it comes out to center and sent right back in, and the Ice Bears are tired. Although they're going to wait to change since it's in the defensive zone. Puck deflected away and sent up and out all the way down by Gray, and Gray really wants to get off the ice. No icing. Gray's going to stay on. Line change. Arkansas with it. Right side to Kerr. In front. Shot and a big save as Kieser got the shot and a big save, and the officials let things play. Net gets put back on. Ice Bears work it, a delayed offside. Arkansas comes back. Kerr, broken up from Kerr. Sullivan will intercept for Missouri State. Sullivan right side. 3-on-3. Looking for a return pass. Intercepted. There's one back, and the Ice Bears had to get a defenseman on. Here's a 2-on-2. Working it down the middle. Getting taken out of the play is McAtee. And then taking a dive is Matthews into the far corner. Arkansas with Sean Foster. He breaks it up. Sullivan to help out. Comes up the middle. Underneath the stick of Mattingly. Blocked in front by Matthews. Now here comes a good opportunity for A.J. Daniger. Left side, Daniger shoots, and it goes off of the goaltender Desenka and up and out of play.
Well, Arkansas had a good rush, and Missouri State's defense held up real strong there, Steve. Arkansas had 2-on-1, and Missouri State came back and broke that one up real well. So we're starting to see the Ice Bears liven up on defense.
Stan, I know last weekend was the Division I squad in Arizona, and you were out there with several. Were you not out in Arizona last week?
Didn't get to make it to those games.
Okay, but you have been before.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, indeed.
And
yeah, it was a bit of a rough weekend. Friday night was a highlight versus Arizona, but boy, and Arizona leads the league, and they're number 9 in the rankings, so they're really strong this season. And Arizona State's doing really well too.
Yeah, what I was going to say was that you have been out to those games before.
Yeah,
I've missed
absolutely.
every one that you've gone out to Arizona with.
Is that right?
For some reason, there's either been a D3 series or something's gone on. But I definitely want to go to the next one.
You haven't made it to Phoenix territory yet.
No, not yet. I think I told you my potential trip that I want to do is to the Gila Arena and go see LA and Arizona, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. We're going to get a penalty, though. That is going to happen, and it's against Arkansas. It's a boarding call. And arguing his case, but going into the penalty box for boarding will be Alex DeGuire.
Well, and this is a great break for the Ice Bears, Steve, because trailing by a goal, a power play success would be very welcome here.
3 penalties, 6 minutes for the Razorbacks. This will be power play number 2 for Missouri State. Steve Casson, Gage Gronberg on camera, and Stan Melton joining us in the booth. And Stan, any road trips you're planning on going on, so I know which ones to go on?
Well, I'm definitely wanting to get up to Maryville when we go to St. Louis.
Okay.
Yep. Really, I think that's our last road trip of the season. We've got home games for D1 anyway. We've got home games from here on out.
That is true. Yeah, that's going to be the last ones, February 14th and 15th. And I'll tell you another thing I have a hotel set up for that weekend. It's the outdoor games with Colorado and LA.
Oh, yes.
In Colorado over at the Cotton Bowl. Don't have tickets for that one, but have a hotel room set up.
There you go.
Just in case, but I'll probably head up to Maryville. Haven't seen that arena yet.
I'm going to have to come up with some sort of wizardry, because playing a game on February the 14th, Valentine's Day, it'll be a trick talking Cindy going to the hockey game.
I'll take her to the hill.
There you go.
We're just going to take her to the hill. Well, while we've been talking, the power play still continues for the Ice Bears. 1:06 to go in it. And Arkansas with a line change. Cardinale's trying to rush it up. Ted across the line. He gets hip checked into the corner by Grant Deacon. Sent all the way down. Actually, that's 44, so that's Tyler Valderone. And the puck is cleared by Arkansas all the way down.
You know, Steve, puck control is a key on any power play, and Ice Bears just having trouble controlling that puck and getting a good shot opportunity.
10 for 98, just 10.2% on the power play for Missouri State this season. It has 35 seconds, but it only takes one, right? Puck is kicked back in the Missouri State zone for Gray. His pass is bad, and coming in onside is McAtee, broken up, but taken by Ellis. Ice Bears are tired even for a power play. Here comes Kuzo, though. Out of his own zone, cross-ice pass. He does connect with Cutler. Now the drop back to Cutler. He shoots, save. Rebound loose. Missing up high was Moon.
Great opportunity.
Now a follow-up in front missed by Cutler. Power play is over. Here's Gray. Fan on the shot. And Gray is able to keep it in his possession. Otherwise, DeGuire would have had a great break. Puck comes in and offside.
That's just a great opportunity for the Ice Bears, Steve, to capitalize on that rebound the Arkansas goalie gave up, and he doesn't give up many, and boy, oh boy. That was almost a tying goal there.
And Moon knew that he had to get it up because the goaltender, Dusenka, was down low, and he got it up just a little bit too high. 10:53 to go in the second period. Well, Stan, the Division III team, has done something that not even the Division I team has done, and they've done it 5 times already this season. They've played 5 outdoor games already.
Oh my gosh, just amazing. Boy, oh boy.
Oh, Dusenka's had to come up big on a couple of shots. Stewart was the last one for the Ice Bears to get it. Stewart breaks up the play, sends it back in down low. Mattingly lets it go. De La Guardia is there. Now Mattingly picks it up, sweeps it up the middle, but instead it hits a stick. And it's Skeezer with it.
You know, Steve, the outdoor games, too, that's a first in the history of our hockey program.
As I was going to say.
First ones we've ever played, so that's tremendous.
And 5 times it's happened this year already. They played Purdue Northwest and then 3 games in the nuclear shootout in New Mexico. Sending down low. Mitchell Doley's there. Doley, this season, 4-game point scoring streak. And he does not have an assist yet, as Gray's goal has been unassisted. Hendricks underneath the stick of Lasansky. And back with 9:30 to go in the period.
You know, Steve, one of the things we pride ourselves on our program doing, and that is giving kids unique opportunities. And boy, oh boy, playing in the outdoor games, what an opportunity for a hockey player to take advantage of. And those are really some of the great highlights of being involved in this Missouri State Ice Bears hockey program.
Icing was waved off, taken by Kerr up the middle, broken up. Here's Lasansky 1-on-2. Catalano's trying to get back. Lasansky with the dump, and he's going to chase it himself. Picks it up himself, although broken away from him and grabbed by Valderon out to center, broken up by Komar. Ice Bears with some good position play now. Gray over to Komar and dropped in low. Stan, I've had the opportunity to broadcast an outdoor game, and I got to tell you, it was one of the coldest games ever. It was during the ACHA Division III when they had the select team come in as Dusenka makes a save.
That was on the European trip?
Yeah, it was on the European trip.
Oh, my gosh.
In 2009-10. And we played in, let's see, where was that? That was, I think, Yverdon-les Bains, Switzerland. And it was up in the mountains. And it was an outdoor rink. They actually had seats carved into the side of some rock.
Wow.
Now, people didn't sit, they stood. The only warm place, which is the initial place that we were going to broadcast from, as we'll get back to that in a second. Here's Stovall with a drive. It's blocked and then held onto by Griffin. The only warm place was the concession area. And we originally set up there. We said, hey, can we set up here? Do you mind? And they said, sure. And then fans got mad because it's the only warm place to be. And they're like, we don't want you guys in front of us blocking our view. So then they put us on the other side, equidistant or the exact same side, but just on the other side of the rink. And we had, luckily they gave us a umbrella kind of thing that you put over tables and stuff, a freestanding one, as Cardinale blocks a shot here. It's a 2-on-1, and Rita slow to get it in, but we come the other way. Here's Stovall. Comes in, drops it off, leaves it for McAtee, blocked, chased by Dallas, but the goaltender, Dusenka, will come out, directing traffic. Dallas to Chase, almost stole the puck. 7.5 to go, and a 2-1 game. But they gave us a tint, and good thing they did, because about halfway through the game it started to snow.
Oh my God.
Now, all I know is it was a negative 24. Now, I have to convert what negative 24 is as far as Fahrenheit, because I think it's roughly around 12 to 8 degrees or something to that effect. But it was cold and freezing and snowing, and it was a lot of fun. But not if you're not in the heated area and you're out in the middle. And, you know, obviously everybody else, Yeah, I guess except for coaches, but everyone else got a chance to warm up. You know, in between periods, they go to the warming area. Not us.
Whoa.
It was fun. Here comes Arkansas. Backhander in, saved by Griffin as Salmon got the second effort attempt. Stolen by DeGuire up front. He shoots, and Griffin is able to hold on. 6:26 to go.
Lots of layered clothing, double pairs of socks, all sorts of stuff.
So
stay warm in that environment. My goodness.
This way, the one thing the ACHA did, which I absolutely love, is they gave us a lot of swag. We had a nice sweater, and then a jacket, and then a second sweater, and I think they even gave us a third sweater, which I have all of them, and I pretty much used every single one of them.
I bet you did.
I didn't have a heated jacket then, but the one thing I loved about the pants is the pants were they almost like they had thermals in them, but it was really nice. 6:03 to go in the period, and a 2-1 lead for Arkansas.
We were fortunate there, Steve. Looked like they might have got the Ice Bears for a tripping penalty, but the refs did not call that. They let it go.
Near side boards. Daniger is able to get it out to center. Mattingly will chase. And it's LaPlante. Kevin backs up, gives it to the near side. Kick down into the Missouri State zone, and then it's Doley with it. Over to Mattingly. Broken up by Salmon. Salmon steals to the point. Partially tipped by Mattingly. Shot comes in, missing wide. That was by LaPlante. 3 goals, 5 assists for the sophomore from St. Louis. Drop down in low. Kicked off of the skates of Matthews. And it's finally cleared to the point. Stewart had it. He's trying to get it out of harm's way. Good work down in low by Valentini of Arkansas. That allows them to change too. Ice Bears want to finally get it out to center. They do, but cannot clear just yet. Calling for it. Right side LaPlante. He shoots. Instead, it's a pass in front, and Riley couldn't get a stick on it. Arkansas all over Missouri State, but Griffin doing his best to keep it out of the net. Valentini pushed out of the way by Stewart. Valentini picks it up for Arkansas. Here is McAtee. He'll try to work it in the zone. Down low to O'Reilly. Valentini again. Underneath to Ellis. Ellis spins through, hesitates up the middle. Shot is blocked and cleared finally. And Missouri State wants to change. If Dallas races and waves off icing, the Ice Bears can change, and that's what he did. Good work by Dallas.
Steve, it's great to see this super crowd in here tonight for the Arkansas game on a Friday night.
Yeah, good D3 crowd.
Absolutely.
Which has been picking up like crazy. I know a couple of times you used to do PA, and sometimes after a D1 game, even after a big team would come in, D3 would get 3 or 4 or 5 players. It was tough.
Yep.
And now how it's changed.
Oh, boy.
Far side boards. Kieser with it. Blocked away from him, but he still tries to gain possession. 23 goals, 30 assists, averaging 1.89 points per game. Alex Kieser. Ice Bears to Moon. Outlet pass to Cole Cutler. Cutler with it. Cutler across the line. Still has it with 3 minutes to go in the period. Intercepted by Arkansas out of their own zone. Seems like McAtee's been on the ice forever. McAtee down the middle, broken up by Kuzo, and he's able to slap it across and out to center. Salmon. Finally, Arkansas will change. Kuzo to the corner to Cardinale. Ted this season has a 2-game point scoring streak and points in 11 of the last 13 games. Kuzo flips it off, but it's intercepted by Arkansas. Up high, Odolin. into the corner as Gray will see it come around the boards. Right wing, up the middle from Odolin. Broken up in front, pad save. As on his knees was Sugaswara, and a good save there by Griffin. It's cleared out to center. Ice Bears have it. Looking in front, it is broken up, and Gray is not able to keep it in the zone. Offside is called.
Offsides. Thought he might have gotten it in, but he didn't. You know, Steve, it's been great to see this crowd, and Arkansas has always been a great rival for Missouri State. They've put together a great collegiate club hockey program there at the University of Arkansas, and they changed status this season back to Division III, and they're still going strong. We've always had a super relationship with the Arkansas program, and it's great to see its success. Our neighbors are going strong, and that's a good thing for everyone.
Puck comes in Missouri State zone. Stovall is there. He'll tip it over to Sugaswara. Now to Stovall around the referee. Hendricks pushes there. Stovall still with it. Off the boards to the right point to LaPlante. Tip just wide. Not sure if that was Wilson that got the tip or was an Ice Bears defense, but it did go wide. Now changing directions is LaPlante. To the corner, right side, left side that is. Valderon off of him to LaPlante. Koch is able to steal, not able to get it out though. And we're going to get a tripping call. Oh, no, we get a hand pass. Oh, I tell you, Christian Catalano looked like I looked, like maybe he was going to get called for tripping, but the linesman called a hand pass.
I thought they did catch him on that tripping call, but the refs are letting them have at it pretty good tonight.
A 1:02 to go in this period, and still a 2-1 game. So Stan, I would think the longer it stays close, the better it is, and the more it favors Missouri State. But at the same time, you kind of want to get a goal here and stop the momentum.
Absolutely, and the Ice Bears need to really focus on getting a lot more shots on goal. Arkansas is doubling them up right now on shots on goal.
35-13 on that. Cleared into the Arkansas end of the ice.
Yeah, 25-13.
Oh, what did I say, 35? Yeah, you know, those contacts still need to get fixed. Doley was looking for a break, didn't get it. Fuck comes in, and a save by Griffin, and he'll hold on.
You know, Matt is really doing a solid job in goal tonight for the Ice Bears, Steve.
He has been. I was going to mention that, too. He's done a great job. He did not play last week. It was all Graham Nave.
Well, luckily we have a family in St. Louis by the last name of Griffin that produces some very, very strong, great goaltending talent.
Yeah, head coach
Brady on our D1 team and Matt on our D3 team.
Exactly. Head coach Jeremy Law here to do some scouting, he said. Take a look at Griffin. As next year, the Division I squad will be left with one goaltender.
Yes, indeed.
And that'll be Bailey Stevens. Puck comes in, save Griffin. He'll hold on the shot by Shar. 6.2 seconds to go in the period.
As you well know, Steve, the key to success for any program is keeping the recruiting pipeline full.
Absolutely.
And, that's a big part of any coach's job.
Well, and had Jeremy Law on earlier, and I asked him this question, and I said it in a kind of a nice way, and I said, okay, what's the recruiting like? I mean, hopefully it's recruiting players that you know are going to want to come here because you've recruited them versus word of mouth and a player saying, hey, coach, I heard you might have an opening next year. And, you know, there's a difference between recruiting the first way and then the second way.
Yes, sir.
Now, when Missouri State was starting the team, they recruited the second way.
We were looking for
anybody that could get on. Yep.
That had played in high school.
Yep.
And I was confident enough to know that we had enough St. Louis kids that we could find enough guys that played in high school, and we did, fortunately. But the second year, you're right. I mean, that's when we could recruit because we had a team on the ice to recruit too. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, second period has come to a close. Still a 2-1 contest. The only goals of the game, Nick Ray, the first one, on a power play at 3:15. It is unassisted as he got over the shoulder of Dusenka, and it was a 1-0 lead. Then Riley, his ninth, Ellis and De La Guardia, it's 1-1, and this resulted after kind of a bad mix-up defensively for Missouri State, and Arkansas tied the hockey game. Then Sugar Suarez 17th at 1:27 of the period, again on another defensive miscue, and this one made it a 2-1 advantage for the University of Arkansas Razorbacks. We will take a break, and when we come back, talk to Evan Lasansky of Missouri State. Lasansky, who is looking for his fourth goal of the season as we head into today's contest. We'll be back in just a moment. After 40 minutes, a 1-goal advantage for Arkansas from Missouri State.
Hey, Missouri! Barrel Bob here. I'm MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. I see a lot of distracted drivers in work zones not paying attention to the road. Distracted driving is the #1 cause of crashes. The average text takes 5 seconds to read. At 55 miles per hour, you could travel the length of a football field blindfolded. Don't take the chance. I want you and my friends working on the roads to get home safely. Please buckle up and put your phone down. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Back at the Stan Melton Rink, Jordan Valley Ice Park, Steve Casson now talking with a man that has 3 goals, 4 assists, a sophomore from St. Charles, Evan Lasansky. Evan, how are you?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Doing well. Let's bring that microphone just a little bit closer and everyone can hear you. There we go. You have a 4-game point scoring streak right now. Do you care about those things?
I mean, they definitely help. They kind of give you a positive mindset going into future games.
But the good thing is 2 goals, 3 assists in those 4 games, so you're kind of putting the puck in the net. That's got to be a good thing.
Yeah. Awesome. Just came back from an injury, so it's good to come back.
I was going to say that,
strong.
I was going to say exactly. That's kind of an issue too, because last year you were kind of tearing it up, and this year a little bit slower to get things going. But finally, you feel like you're in rhythm.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, things are picking up towards the second half of the season.
Speaking of the second half of the season, this is a team that won 8 straight.
Yep.
Carry 1 over into this new first half of the season. And then, you lose to a D2 team. Okay, whatever, who cares? It doesn't matter. But still, it's a loss on the record books. Now you come in at 12-7-1 this season. It's been kind of a roller coaster for this hockey club, but I'm sure, or I assume, everybody's on highs now.
Yeah, we're definitely all doing a lot better. We're buzzing together a little better, and there's a lot more chemistry between the team.
That's also got to be a good thing when that happens and you look at the rankings and things like that. I'm sure the second you step on the ice, the rankings don't matter anymore.
No, it's not a concern. We just focus on what we can take care of at that time.
Evan Lasansky is joining us. Okay, what have you been called, last name-wise? They look at your last name. What have they called you?
I've been called a million different butchered versions of it. The most common nickname is definitely Lasagna. That's what I get called by most of the team now. So.
Okay, that's by the team. But like if somebody walks up and your teachers and they see your name, what's the most mispronounced? Or tell me some mispronounced names.
The most common mispronounced is definitely Lasansky, but with teachers I get things that don't even sound remotely close. So.
Do you remember a few?
I can't remember them off
don't
the top
even
of my
care.
head. They're just so wild that they don't stick.
There you go. Evan Lasansky is joining us, a sophomore from St. Charles, Missouri. What made you decide Missouri State?
I came to Missouri State just because more for school, and having the hockey team here was definitely a benefit. I think that's probably what pushed me to go here rather than a school like Mizzou. But the good hockey program here, as well as the good academics, definitely helped with my decision.
Okay, just for any potential Mizzou fans that are out there, what do you mean by a school like Mizzou? You mean one that doesn't have an ice rink on their campus?
Yeah, one that doesn't have an ice rink on the campus, and we just have a larger hockey program here that is a little more developed in my eyes.
Because, there might be that guy that's over in Macon, Georgia right now listening saying, what are you talking about? Okay, I get it. Evan Lasonsky is joining us. So you're here, you like what's going on. Lately, you guys have played prime time, and you get a chance to play in front of a lot more fans.
Yeah,
What's
absolutely.
that been like?
That's always a good experience. It's awesome to have people out here supporting us. Definitely gives a little more energy to the boys on the bench and keeps everyone a little more excited for the game.
What's the largest crowd you've played in front of?
I think the largest crowd I've played in front of was probably around 5,000 people for the Wickenheiser Cup Finals in high school.
Okay, that's obviously going to trump any college game you're probably going to end up playing against. But, yeah, that must be fun, too. Did you score in that game?
I did not score in that game. I was a freshman, so I did not get a whole lot of playing time.
So, unfortunately, yeah, that's kind of sad, but just the one time?
Yep, just the one time.
But you get to experience it. That's always a good thing. Now, was that the one that was actually played? I guess it was the Savis Center at the time? Or
it was Scott Trade Center at the time.
Was it Scott Trade?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's gone through everything. It's the Kiel, the Savis, the Scott Trade, the Enterprise now?
Yep, Enterprise.
I mean, eventually, who knows what it's going to be. But, yeah, okay. What is the goal that sticks out most in your mind that you've ever scored, as we're talking to Evan Lasonsky of Missouri State?
I remember one goal that I scored back in probably Mite, so I was probably 10 or 11 years old, and I scored a wraparound goal to tie the game with less than a minute left that sent us to OT and took us to the championship. That's probably the one that sticks out the most. Even though I was young, that's just one that's always stuck with me.
Were you planning on the wraparound?
No, it just kind of happened. Just kind of picked up the puck behind the net, and it happened.
So take us through it. Describe it. Was it one of those definitely, okay, it was an awesome goal, or did it bank off the goalie? Did it go post to post?
It was just a pick up the puck behind the net. The goalie wasn't ready and came around, and there was room to shove it in, and it went in. So,
do you remember your celebration?
I do not remember my celebration. That was many years ago.
Speaking of that, as we're talking to Evan Lasonsky of Missouri State, what's one that you do remember, and are you going to do it again?
Oh, a celebration?
Celebration.
I'm not a big celebration guy.
Really?
I like to just meet up with the teammates that are on the ice, give high fives, and go skate through the line of the bench and line back up for the next faceoff.
All right, so they're not going to call you Selly anytime.
Nope. Not a big Selly guy.
Who is, in your estimation right now, the MVP of this hockey club?
The MVP of this hockey club? That's really hard to say. I think the team's really working together as a whole right now. I don't think there's one particular player that's really sticking out and contributing to the team any more than anyone else. So I think everyone's kind of firing on all cylinders right now, working together well, and that's what we need. We don't just need one player. We need the whole team to be working.
You have any brothers, sisters?
I do. I have 3 sisters, no brothers.
How does it feel to be the only guy in a room of 3 sisters?
It's interesting, but luckily they've kind of followed me around for my through my life. They grew up in the hockey rink, and rather than me growing up in dance studios or stuff like that, they kind of followed me around for more. And I didn't have to experience all the girl things throughout my childhood.
Very nice. So now are they younger or older than you?
I have 2 that are younger and 1 that's older.
And they're all into hockey, and
they're all tolerate hockey. They've all grew up around hockey.
Okay.
It's not their favorite thing in the world, but
well, that's got to be nice. And do they come to your games?
They do occasionally when they can make it out to them.
When you were growing up?
When I was growing up, they came to a lot of games. Yes.
And were you on the ice and you heard this fan cheering section of "Go Evan, go Evan" and all that kind of stuff?
Always.
You turn around, you're like, "Oh, it's my family."
Yep.
Evan Lasonsky is joining us of Missouri State. You have been part of a team that, as far as Missouri State hockey goes, is something that no other team, when I say no other team, I'm talking about the Division I team. No other team has done this. You guys have already played in 5 outdoor games.
Yes, we have.
Is that crazy?
That is crazy. That's more outdoor games than I've played in probably the rest of my hockey career. Unfortunately, I was not able to play in 2 of them because of an injury, but the outdoor games in New Mexico 2 weekends ago were really awesome. So
absolutely crazy. I heard all sorts of stories, including players going to the concession stand, getting hot food, just to have it sit on them so it warms them up.
Yep, there were some players getting corn dogs and stuff like that in between periods of the games.
Now, of course, you've seen, and I assume you've seen Mystery Alaska.
I have not.
You need to watch Mystery Alaska. It's a great show. One of the things that they did was they had an open fire, and they put, they called them potatoes, but they're probably rocks wrapped in foil.
Mm-hmm.
And they literally would put them in their equipment and keep themselves warm by it. And they were in this like outdoor shack where they got dressed before they skated down this little river-ish way down to the rink. That's what I pictured. I pictured the Mystery Alaska thing with you guys doing that.
Yeah, maybe we needed some hot potatoes on the bench.
For sure. Next road trip, tell Coach Mystery Alaska you want to watch it. It's a good one. Evan Lasansky is joining us. That had to have been a very cold situation in the 20s, and you had to play not only 3 games but 2 in one day.
Yeah, it was definitely cold. We were all cold, chilly, but it was just such a cool experience that we kind of pushed the cold out of our mind and just kind of let the mountains and everything around us sink in.
Early on, you guys had a chance to see Arkansas. It was not good. 14-2 in 2 games, 7-1 both games. What do you think the team needs to do differently now?
I think that we have a little more chemistry as a team. That was very early on in our season. I think that the team is working together much better than we were then, and I think that'll give us a better chance tonight against Arkansas.
Evan Lasansky is joining us. Your line mates, you like the line you're on?
I love the line I'm on. We've been really working well together these last couple games, starting up in New Mexico. We've just been putting up points every game, and that's what we need to keep doing.
And as I mentioned, you still are working on that 4-point scoring streak, 2 goals, 4 assists, or let me see here, 2 goals, 3 assists, actually. I'm adding an extra one.
I'll take it.
Maybe you'll get one. Well, and that's what I always say is generally what ends up happening is when I talk to people, usually that game or the next game, they're going to get a point or score a goal or something. So
let's hope that's the case tonight as well.
Chances are it's going to happen. All right. Evan Lasansky, thanks so much for doing this.
Oh, no problem.
We'll take a break. Be back. More hockey coming up in a moment.
This is Barrel Bob, MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. You'll be seeing more of me as the weather warms up. Crews will be working on our roads. That means lanes will be closed for construction and maintenance work on our highways. As you approach a work zone, please don't drive distracted. You need to pay attention. I want you and my friends working on the roads to all get home safely. Remember, buckle up and put down your phone. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Evers is ready to make that. Bratton is racing. Bratton has it in front. Shot, score! Patrick Johansson. That is Patrick Johansson's first goal with Missouri State. Puck across the line now as it goes to Belly. Shoots, he scores! Second goal of the game for Josh Bell, his 6th of the season, and Missouri State has tied this game up at 5-5. Left point Anderson calling for it is Brown, right side. Brown with it, tipped in front by McClue, just missing. Ice Bears work the power play for 126. Now sending it to Brown, that is from McClue, tipped in front, score! Brendan McClue gets the goal. Your best source for awards of any kind is always Bowles Trophy House in Springfield. Trophies, plaques, medals, gifts, ribbons, and more. You get top quality and great service at Bowles Trophy House, serving Springfield and Southwest Missouri for over 40 years. Call them at 417-869-8720.
And if you need embroidery work done, logos, digitizing, and more, come to Banners and Brainstorms in Bowles Trophy House at 601 South Kimbrough.
We're back at Jordan Valley Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. It is a 2-1 game after 40 minutes of play. Gray his 3rd on the power play for Missouri State, Riley his 9th, and Chugaswara his 17th for Arkansas. And by virtue of Missouri State's power play goal, even though they're being outshot almost doubled, 37-13, that actually is double. They're kind of hanging out. 27. Stan, I know you've told me that. I don't know where I'm getting 37 from, but obviously I can add, but I can't speak. But you said it right. They got to get more shots on net.
Yeah, the Ice Bears just need to generate some more offense. And boy, you kind of look at all games, period by period battles. Tied them in the first period 1-1. Arkansas got the second period 1-0, 2-1 game, and the Ice Bears can come on strong in this third period. They can take it, and that would be quite an accomplishment against the #1 team in the Pacific region.
You know, I know that we've talked about accolades of this hockey club, but quickly, while the teams are making their way back out on the ice, what is the one milestone of this hockey club that you'll always remember?
Steve, I think it's going to the first national championship tournament, and that was when Division 2 went to that tournament in Boston. And then, of course, we achieved it in Division 1 as well. Those, probably, I can compare those two together. Just amazing feeling, making it to that level, and, you know, there's definitely more to come. There's definitely more to come, and it's been wonderful to watch the progress.
Now, to that note, I think it's much like when you talk about the 1980 Olympic team. You talk about what they did in the in the semifinals, but not what they did in the gold medal game, because they had to beat either it was Sweden or Norway or somebody. They had to beat in the second game to win the tournament. And everybody thinks it was the miracle game against the Russians, but it wasn't.
Yep.
Well, I hearken Missouri State's advance into the Nationals being that game, the first game against, I believe it was Robert Morris, when Missouri State was trailing and it was the Ryan brothers on the ice.
You and I were right behind that goal.
We were right behind that goal.
Oh, my gosh.
And
Blake Ryan.
You know, you look at it, and there's less than 2 minutes left. Face-off is at the opposite end. Then a puck goes out of play. Face-off goes in the neutral zone. Then an offside. Face-off just outside the zone. Then they go into the zone, and they face it off. And all the while time is ticking
Going
down.
Oh, my gosh.
That, to me, and then to win it with about 24 seconds left. And then you win.
Brother Jack comes in overtime and nails it.
And then, of course, you have to win the next game, but you won it, and you win, and you go into the National. So I think for me,
first time,
it was that game and the way that it was won like that. But
absolutely.
Third period is underway here.
And you know, Steve, just real quick, and that is probably the on-ice highlights. The off-ice highlights are when we see capacity crowds here at the Ice Bears games. It's just a tremendous thrill to see the response Springfield fans have given to the sport of ice hockey and the Ice Bears program. It's just a great feeling, and boy, we're definitely on the upswing in both areas.
Missouri State skating from the right to the left. Arkansas will do that the opposite way. Ice Bears from the left to the right. Arkansas from the right to the left. Across your Web Sports Radio dial. Ice Bears with a quick change. We're now a minute away or into this period. A fly ball comes in and it's caught by Griffin. He'll hold on, and the line changes have commenced for both of these teams. 18:58 to go in the period, and still a 2-1 lead for Arkansas. Off the draw, Ice Bears have it. Cardinale left side. He works with Rita, breaks free, and it comes to Rita. But by the time he got to it, he couldn't do anything but flip it over to the corner. Komar left side, dropped down low, makes its way to Rita. Checked off by Foster of Arkansas. Behind the net, Cardinale gets taken out of the play, which you could argue is interference. Puck comes up the middle. Komar in front. He shoots, and a save. Caught between the pad, the arm, and the glove of the goaltender Dusenka. The best opportunity for Missouri State by Carson Komar.
And Arkansas's goaltender, Steve, just happened to be in the right position at the right time, because it's a great pass out in front by Missouri State. And, oh, boy, that one was close.
18:22 to go in the period. Puck is kicked out to center, led by Scharrer. Scharrer works it, drops it off, shot missing wide. Sliding through was Grant Deacon of Arkansas. Play underway in the near side boards, or it continues, that is. Shots 29-14 in favor of Arkansas. Here is De La Guardia behind the net. Missouri State, who in reality has not really had that many good scoring opportunities until just now, or recently, sends it all the way down, no icing. De La Guardia backs it off for Salmon. Past Cole Cutler of Missouri State. He's a pickup on the second half of the season for the Ice Bears. Now we have a break for Scharrer. Moon is there to run rough shot. Grab by Salmon. He shoots, deflected into the corner by Griffin. 17:24 to go in the period. Arkansas still working the puck. Into the corner now behind the net. Rolls through. Dallas is there for Missouri State. Cutler tries to pick up. 17:06 to go in the period. It is brought out to center and sent all the way down into the Arkansas zone. Missouri State with a line change. Off a Coke stick. Now comes down in, and it's Hendricks to break it up. Lead pass, A.J. Daniger not able to grab it. Taken away by Odelin. Dylan Odelin, 6 goals, 13 assists, the sophomore from Frisco, Texas. Buck out to Odelin again. He'll start it all over with DeGuire out of Overland Park, Kansas. Arkansas has it stolen. Daniger's there to run a little bit of interference. DeGuire almost had it stolen by Sullivan. Now gets it over to Zach Riley. And actually that isn't. That's Michael Ellis. And we get a offside called, I believe. It is. The official had his hand up, but remember, Stan, there are 2 referees. So 2 of them have the armbands on, but one of them also acts as a linesman. And with his hand up, I thought it was a penalty, but it was actually an offside.
And in Division III games, Steve, we use the 3 referee system, whereas in our Division I games, we use 4-man referee system.
And in Division III, you can elect to do the 2 referee, 1 linesman, or 1 referee, 2 linesman scenario. Catalano comes in. Lasansky's there. Centers it up the middle. There's nobody for Missouri State, and it's cleared all the way down. 15:40 to go in the period. Good play by Gray. Steals the puck. Out to center. Intercepted by the Razorbacks. Foster over to the corner and off of Griffin Sugar-Suarez's stick and off the back of the boards, and it's held onto by Matt Griffin. So Missouri State trails by 1, and a good opportunity just moments ago, a few minutes ago, by Carson Komar. And if it wasn't for a good save by Dusenka, we might have a tie game. Puck comes in, pad save by Griffin. And the Ice Bears are trying to get it out of their own zone, which they do. Komar to tip it away from Wilson. Play comes in the Arkansas zone and missing just wide, Ted Cardinale. May have been Dusenka to get a little bit of
That was great stick work and skating there by Ted Cardinale to get that chance.
When we get the next stoppage in play, I want to show you a picture just sent to me by Ice Bears photographer Michael Signoli. This one was unbelievable. Shot comes in on a backhander by Alex Geiser. And so we'll do it on the next stoppage in play.
Well, this game has been a definite back and forth battle, Steve. The only real advantage is Arkansas on the offensive end is getting double the shots, but and the Bears are putting up a strong fight in this game.
We get a whistle for, let's see what the official called. We're going to get a penalty? I think we are. It's going to go against Arkansas.
Against Arkansas.
That's a slashing call.
Boy, again, Steve, a great chance for the Ice Bears now, a chance they desperately needed to get back into this game, and having the power play opportunity, hopefully they'll be able to cash it in.
One of the better scorers for Arkansas is now off the ice, and the Ice Bears with a power play. Moon, this will be the third for Missouri State, and a chance to tie the game.
And
down to
remember,
Dallas.
we talked about that puck control, Steve, and they're doing it right now.
Dallas pulled out of it, intercepted by Salmon, stolen by the Ice Bears, but taken by Arkansas. And they, with authority, cleared into their own bench. Faceoff's going to stay in the zone. DeGuire shakes his head and says, oh, I can't believe it. Well, I wanted to mention about a shot that Michael Signoli took. Take a look at this one, Stan.
Oh, my goodness. Whoa. Great photograph. And
not good for Catalano.
No kidding. Right into the boards.
But, again, just great camera work, and you kind of like the camera work that he's been able to do for us.
Absolutely.
Michael Signoli. Go to michaelsignoli.com, Cignoli. First name Michael, if you want to take a look at some of his work. Here come the Ice Bears. Cardinale had it off of his stick. Hendricks will reset with Rita, or make that Koch. Justin Koch in, offside. Rita couldn't get back in. 13 minutes to go in the period, 57 seconds left in the power play, and Arkansas still with a 2-1 lead.
And those are the kind of mistakes you don't want to see on a power play. Just about a minute to go in the opportunity, and the Ice Bears draw the offsides penalty.
Off the draw once again, the Ice Bears will try to work the puck. And they have it at the point. Koch lost it. Here is Scharer. He's going to race. Good poke check by Hendricks. Scharer's pass does connect on the left side. A drive in off of the goaltender as it came from Michael Ellis. And we will have 35 seconds remaining face-off in the Missouri State zone. Well, after this game, or actually this weekend, Arkansas will have games against East Texas Baptist University. They're a Division II squad, and they're going to have those games, and they will be played in Arkansas. And Missouri State's next game, that'll be, of course, tomorrow's game against the University of Arkansas, but they will play at Kansas next weekend.
Oh, another major challenge for the Ice Bears. The KU program really strong.
Puck cleared in as Mattingly will intercept for Missouri State in his own zone, but there's just 5 seconds left in the power play. Off of Dallas. Moon brings it in, 5-on-5. Moon to Dallas, he tips it in front, save, nobody there. Nobody there to follow up on the rebound. After Dusenka made the save and kind of lost his balance making that pad save behind the net, but Missouri State is getting good opportunities now. Arkansas with a clear off the boards to Ellis, and Ellis couldn't catch up with the puck. But the Ice Bears, well, they need to be looking at where they're passing the puck, because getting up was Ellis and they almost gave it away. Catalano down the middle to Lasansky, and by the time he gets to it, he'll move it off to the corner. Catalano gets dumped in front, no penalty. We come the other way. Here's Sugaswara. Leading to the trailer, Wilson. He shoots, save, rebound, and held on to. And I'm sure...
Yeah, Matt had that all the way until he was fallen into by the Arkansas player. He still hung on to
Stan,
it.
I'm sure that extra push against Sugaswara was from Catalano as kind of a little payback for thanks for slashing me in the defensive zone.
You're right.
$11:10 to go in the period. (34-15). Stan, we're in the 30s now. I'm okay. 34-15 are the shots. Lasansky tried to win it. Here is LaPlante, and a drive in. Oh, what a save! As De La Guardia got the pass over to the left side, and a big save by Griffin. Icing has been waved off as it's sent all the way down to the Arkansas zone. What a huge save there. Ice Bears clear the zone. Drop down in. Oh, they're still calling it offside. Every Ice Bear cleared the zone, and the officials said it was offside. So Missouri State had to give up the chase, but we're going to get another penalty. And it goes against Arkansas. Or is this not a penalty? Nope. It's apparently an offside. Well, I guess that's what it is. So no penalty, no harm, no foul. And we'll do it again. Near side boards. Ice Bears trying to move the puck. 10:20 to go in the period. It's finally out to center and all the way down. This one is an icing. 10:13 to go. Face off back in the Missouri State end of the ice. Still 2-1 Arkansas. Gray, his third for Missouri State on the power play at 3:15. 14:39, Riley, his ninth. Ellis and De La Guardia with the assist. 1:27 of the second, Sugaswara, his 17th. Assist to Stovall. Shot comes in by Daniger. Stick to side. Here's a lead pass off the stick of McLean all the way down. No icing. McLean's pass intercepted by Sullivan of the Ice Bears. To Mattingly. To the corner. Held in. Kerr. His shot instead becomes a pass. Kerr with it again. Flipped to the line. Sent over by Odelin. Dropped down behind. Working it is Kaiser. Still with it. Over to Odelin. He shoots up high and wide from the left side. Kept in by DeGuire. Dropped down in low. Worked by McLean. Off of him. Coming in for the Ice Bears was Jake Stewart. Couldn't get to it. Now finally Daniger has it, but he can't clear it on the backhander. Shot in by DeGuire. Moved into the corner near side. Mattingly's there. Intercepted by Missouri State. Sullivan to the line, not able to clear it. Held in once again. Missouri State making more work for them when they gain possession of the puck. And it's finally cleared. Arkansas quickly to Kerr. Across the line. Kerr waits. And it's taken away and poked out to center. Maybe Kerr might have not been able to gain good control over it and did it himself. 8:38 to go in the period. Arkansas is able to get a change. McAtee on the ice. It is now Matthews for Missouri State out to center. Now it goes to Komar. Carson Komar swings it all the way around. Komar has had some issues. His last goal November 10th against Washington University, St. Louis. Puck cleared all the way down to the Missouri State zone. Slowly, no icing. 8:03 remaining. Sent in by Ted Cardinale. We're now under 8 minutes. And it's Arkansas with Sean Foster. Surveying everything. Snaps it out to center. Past Salmon. And it is gloved down by Moon. Ice Bears across the line. Moon lets it go. Here is Cutler with a drive-in. Save Dusenka. Puck flipped up and out with 7:25 to go in the third period. Missouri State at 3:15 of the first on the power play, and that's been it for their goal scoring. Here comes Moon. Line change for Arkansas. Moon stops up to Dallas in front. He shoots, blockered up over the net. Dallas again with it. Kicked to the corner to Hendricks. Dallas can't, or make that. Moon can't hold it in. And it is Dallas to swipe it down in low. Arkansas with it. Well, Stan, I want to thank you so much for joining us, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve, for having me. I appreciate that.
And I know that you've got to go attend to some other business, but thanks so much for doing this, and we'll see you tomorrow.
You betcha.
All
Keep
right.
these boys rolling.
Sounds good.
Hey.
That's Stan Melton, the founder of Missouri State Hockey, as Lasansky gets a shot in, and he'll have it held onto by the goaltender Josef Dusenka. Two to 1 Arkansas over Missouri State here in the third period. Number 8, Missouri State. Number 1, Arkansas in D3 Pacific as of the new rankings that just came out today. Kuzo comes in. Puck is deflected by DeGuire, and it's out to Wilson. 21 goals, 23 assists. Puck comes in, swept right through the crease by Griffin. 6:22. Here are the Ice Bears and Lasansky. Outlet pass, left side drive, and it's partially held onto by the goaltender Josef Dusenka. He'll hold on. 6:16 to go. Shots 37-18. And we're getting something, and I'm not sure what the officials went over to the scores table for, but 6:20 now remains in the period. Doley pushed his way through in the faceoff, couldn't win it. Odelin's there. Odelin with the delayed pass. It's out to center. Gray will make it a delayed offside, and the Ice Bears are pushing. Shot comes in by DeGuire, held onto by the Ice Bears' Griffin. 6 minutes to go in the third period. Still a 2-1 contest. Gray on the power play for Missouri State. Riley and Sugaswara in both periods, the first and the second respectively, for Arkansas. Missouri State to win the puck again. Over to Daniger. Off the stick of Matthews. And sent all the way down to the Missouri State zone. Hendricks to make up for things. But it comes right up the middle, and looking for a backhander was Shugaswara. Now he gets it right out in front, and it's saved by Griffin, and the net gets dislodged too, so they'll put the net back on. Face-off will come in the Missouri State zone. These same two teams tomorrow, right here on Web Sports Radio. 6:50 with the pregame, 7 o'clock starts it. Puck bounces right in front of Griffin, and as it's battled for, it is held in and now kicked out to center. 2-on-1 for Missouri State. Mattingly with Daniger, and a good play by McAtee to break it up. The Ice Bears couldn't quite get that 2-on-1 developed. Here's Trevor McLean. He shoots off of the stick of Koch, back behind the net. Arkansas still with it. They work the puck over to McLean. Half boards taken now by Foster. Shot in, missing wide. Missouri State turn the puck over behind their own net. Hendricks works it far side. Out to center, it's tipped and cleared and all the way down. Line change for Missouri State. Arkansas not yet. Tipped in off of the stick of Kieser, and going to the bench, the man that did that shot originally was Foster. So it's to Catalano of Missouri State. Spins, turns, lead pass. Rita off the boards. He shoots. Glove save Dusenka. Rita to pick up the rebound, but instead he's boxed out. Goes to the corner. McLean, lead pass. Scharer taken away though, and the Ice Bears quickly turn it around as Christian Kuzo was the one defensively for that. Goes past Rita. Touch passes a galore for Arkansas, and Missouri State shoots it back into the Arkansas zone. Sent to Gray at the Missouri State line. 3:52 to go in the period. We'll watch the goaltender as we get closer down. Comar's there. Coming in to help out is Cardinale. He pushes hard. At the half boards, Rita with a check. Kuzo to Rita. Rita with it. He gives it over and right side to Cardinale as it came from Carson Comar. But the Ice Bears do it again. Tipped out in front as Kuzo got the shot. Rita tipped it wide. Now Rita with it again. Still working the puck. Going to the bench is Comar. Sent in by Kuzo. Drop down in low. 3:14 to go in the period. Goaltender still there. Ice Bears intercept. Kuzo shoots it in high, knowing it's a delayed offside. Dallas to clear. Moon on the ice now. He puts pressure on. And Gray will set it up for Missouri State. His pass bad. Intercepted. Taken by De La Guardia. Now goes over to Deacon with a drive that goes wide. And Arkansas content to play keep away. Oh, but bad pass though. And just off of the glove of Cole Cutler, and he's got to clear the zone. When he dropped it down, it went behind him. 2.5 to go. Held in by Odelin. Now to the near side. Cole Cutler lost it. Shot in by Deacon. Now on the right side again, it is Missouri State, and flipped up all the way down by Nathan Dallas, and finally a line change for Missouri State. Arkansas trying to take advantage of it. Stolen by the Ice Bears. 2-on-2. Comes into Lasansky. He spins and shoots. Save Dusenka. Ice Bears intercept. Catalano does. Nice move. Left side. Wine shoots. Missed wide. Near side to Kuzo. Back to Doley. Doley with it. Doesn't have any help. Taken away from him. Goaltender still in for Missouri State. Odeline is able to clear it for Arkansas. Ice Bears get it back. Just as soon as they do, too far for the reach, and we come the other way with Arkansas. Riley in the zone. 1:34 to go. Riley's pass intercepted by Kuzo of Missouri State. Now we'll wait and see what happens. Arkansas with the line change. Missouri State does clear it out to center, but it's intercepted and grabbed by Wilson. Wilson behind the net. Looking for Ellis. Connects with him. Asking for it up high is McAtee, and by the time it gets to him, he's got to retreat. 1:07 to go. Here is McAtee. Over to Shugaswara. Less than a minute to go. Shugaswara shoots. Save. We'll see if the Ice Bears gain possession. Another drive comes in from the left side by Foster. Saved by Griffin. Puck is cleared out all the way down. This will be an icing against Missouri State. They cannot change lines, and they cannot replace the goaltender.
The Missouri State Ice Bears player of the game. And tonight we'd like you to join us in congratulating tonight's player of the game with 37 saves so far, number 30, Matt Griffin. Remember that you can join Matt and the rest of the Ice Bears every Saturday after the home game of a D1 team at Civil Kitchen for the Ice Bears Coaches Show. We now have a timeout from Missouri State.
There you go. The Ice Bears taking a timeout. We are going to take a quick timeout too. We'll be back in just a moment. As it's 2-1, Arkansas with a slim lead.
Hey, Missouri! Barrel Bob here. I'm MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. I see a lot of distracted drivers in work zones not paying attention to the road. Distracted driving is the #1 cause of crashes. The average text takes 5 seconds to read. At 55 miles per hour, you could travel the length of a football field blindfolded. Don't take the chance. I want you and my friends working on the roads to get home safely. Please buckle up and put your phone down. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
Back at the Stan Melton Ice Rink, Jordan Valley Ice Park. Missouri State number 8 trying to tie this hockey game up against Arkansas number 1 in the Pacific, 26-3. And Arkansas is just 2-2 in their last 4 games. And they hadn't played since December 14th. So the key for Missouri State, win the draw, gain control, get a good scoring opportunity, get your goaltender out. But right now they can't do that. It's Arkansas with control. And again, they're just content to run timeout. 30 seconds now. And the official blows the play dead, 28 seconds. It just takes one. 2-1 in favor of Arkansas. Riley and Shugaswara in the first and second, and Gray on the power play. Once again, Arkansas just willing to let things be tied up into the corner. Missouri State still can't get control. Finally they do, but there's only 15 seconds left. Outlet pass goes behind Rita, and we are going to get a hand pass, I believe. So the face-off will come down into the Arkansas zone with 11.3 seconds left. Now, head coach Cody Blevins is pulling the goaltender. Extra skater coming on will be Cole Cutler. The key is winning the draw here. You don't want to have Arkansas try to shoot at the empty net. Komar comes in. Kieser is there. And it's one up the middle. Shot save as Cole Cutler got the shot right up the middle off the draw. Here comes Salmon shooting at the empty net, and he can't get to it. 2 seconds to go, and that'll do it. And Missouri State with Cole Cutler had a great opportunity at the end, but he just couldn't put it past the goaltender Dusenka. And Arkansas wins this by a count of 2-1. And for Missouri State, they would like to have had at least a win or a tie in this contest, but rankings-wise, a loss to the number 1 by 1 goal is not bad at all. Gray gets the first goal of the game, unassisted, and it's a 1-0 lead for Missouri State. Then Riley, his 9th, Ellis and De La Guardia at 14:39 of the first, and it's a 1-1 contest. And then Shugaswara in the second at 1:27. 17th is his, with Stovall getting the assist. That is the final score, 2-1 after 30 minutes. I make that 3 periods, 60 minutes. Our next broadcast will be Missouri State and Arkansas tomorrow. Let's go down for the Steak and Shake Player of the Game.
Officially, Matt, of course, it's hard to have a moral victory, but you got to say that tonight you were seeing the puck really well. You had some good defense in front of you, had a lot of shots faced, but probably felt more like you had 50 saves.
Yeah, the boys played really well in front of me. It's a win we want to have, but we got another chance at it tomorrow. So,
and it is important, we come in here and they got the number one team in the region, and losing 2-1. While again, there's no moral victories. This does help the ranking, and it's got to help you guys' confidence going into tomorrow night, especially after what you had earlier this season.
Yeah, that's a team that could go far in the national tournament. So just stick with them, and I think that was a winnable game. So it does a lot for us going forward.
And I got to ask, we were talking in the box here, your brother Brady's up there. There he is staring at us. And he's always counting the shots. And every time he's in net, he's got to come by and correct us when the shots are just one or two off. Do you count those shots as closely as he does?
Yeah, I think that's a whole family thing for sure.
Okay, but we did a good job tonight for you, right?
Yep, awesome.
All right, fans, let's hear it for Matt Griffin, number 30. Tonight's Steak and Shake Player of the Game with 37 saves.
So Griffin takes the loss. He's 3-2 on the season, and getting the win for Arkansas is Josef Dusenka, and he's 13-1 this season. Final count, shots-wise, they just cleared it off the board. Can you believe that? We'll have to pick it up for you for tomorrow, but I believe somewhere 38-21, something to that effect. At any rate, it is the victory for Arkansas. Again, our next broadcast will be tomorrow. We'll have it for you. These same two teams, and we hope you will tune in for that. That'll do it from Jordan Valley Ice Park to Stan Melton Ice Arena. I'm Steve Casson for Gage Kronberg doing camera work tonight. For Stan Melton and head coach Jeremy Law of the D1 squad, thanks for joining us. Until tomorrow, good night, everybody.
You've been listening to Missouri State Ice Bears Hockey with your host, Steve Casson. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Ice Bears Hockey is a presentation of DS Sports Enterprises and WebSportsRadio.com.